young people to appreciate and use opportunities available on the African continent. While raising a boy or child is said to become a responsible man, rather very critical in addressing some social challenges. And in sports, athletes have been urged to pursue other dreams and work hard to achieve their goals. Dumelang. The President, Dr. Masisi, arrived from Namibia, where he attended the commemoration of the Sub-Regional World Children's Day together with leaders of Namibia, Zambia and Zimbabwe. The high-level gathering is expected to renew and reaffirm the sub-regional countries' commitment to regional engagements in furtherance of protection of children's rights. Children from these countries interacted and engaged with presidents and voiced issues affecting them, as well as encouraged these leaders to build a better future for every child. And the President Masisi has again called on young people from the 4 African countries, being Botswana, Namibia, Zambia and Zimbabwe, to appreciate and use the opportunities available on the African continent to address challenges they face and help grow economies. President Masisi said this in his address at the Sub-Regional World Children's Day celebrations in Walvis Bay, Namibia, stating that Africa has untapped potential.
If you look at the amount of trade that takes place between and among African countries, Africa being the fastest growing continent, the youngest continent, the continent that is home to the biggest group of people with the longest opportunity of a future, the continent that has the most underdeveloped natural resources in the world, the continent that has the largest reserve of fertile land and fresh water than any other continent in the world. This is a huge opportunity. Yes, when you start, it's tough, but look at it for the long haul. So love your countries, love your home, love your fellow Africans, bind, work, understand each other, create content, and you are in for a good time. I wish I was a young person like you.
Now, still at the World Children's Commemoration Day in Namibia, President Hage Geingob and the President Masisi have both agreed to consider extending the high-level gathering between the heads of states and children to the whole African continent. The platform, which began in Kazungula, Botswana in 2021, allows the heads of states to reflect on achievements made pertaining to children's rights as well as their well-being.
What we are doing here of 3 countries, 4 countries is unbelievable. We must recommend that this exercise is spread out throughout Africa. Because when you are coming, the way you are coming here, spend few days here, you come to learn, to know each other. We are building African unity through you. We must expand it maybe, so that already we talk about African unity, not dreaming about African.
President Geingob has asked that we expand this. I readily endorse that, Dr. Geingob, that we need to expand this network of a compact and a dialogue between heads of state and their children.
Now, Unulado Isaac is one of the children chosen to represent Botswana at the World Children's Commemoration Day in Walvis Bay, Namibia, to talk about children's issues. At that event meant to discuss issues affecting children, Unulado expressed how she is concerned by the rising cases of children abuse despite various efforts made to mitigate them. She further displayed concern and disappointment that most of these case perpetrators are close relatives to their victims.
We always talk about creating spaces for children, but we don't even feel safe at our own homes because of poor parenting. There's a lot of child negligence, which exposes us to abuse, especially sexual abuse. There are many arising cases, not just in our nation and in our neighboring nations, where cases of rape, cases of sexual abuse are prevalent even up till date. As much as there are many campaigns campaigning against the situation, we still see it escalating each and every single day. I know that the situation in our nation is rising, and we know the government is making efforts to mitigate this issue. The perpetrators are usually those close relatives to us.
Now, effective ways of raising a boy child to become a responsible man is very critical in addressing some of the social challenges facing the country, such as rape, suicides, and gender-based violence. The remarks were made by a member of parliament from Molepolle South, who is also Minister for State President Reka Moraeng, at a commemoration of International Men's Conference in Molepolle. Moraeng says to confront these challenges, men need psychosocial support and also to undergo counseling whenever they go through hard times. Lucky Tote.
According to statistics from World Population Review, Botswana's male suicide rate 4 times higher than their female counterparts. However, it's in that context that the Office for Member of Parliament from Molepolle South organized the International Men's Conference under the theme Zero Male Suicide to address that challenge. This event was a huge success as it managed to attract multitudes of men to attend the conference. Anna.
Re khatlhegele go godisa ngwana wa rona wa mosimanyana gore le ne re ona le maikarabelo ka moso gona le dilo tse dintsi mo motseng wa rona mo lehatsheng la rona ya ka ke boletse ga se dipolano hela re hella re sentse re dirile dilo tse di maswe bosenyi bo ile godimo re ha re le borre gore re tle go nna borre ba ba botoka re ha re le borre mo tsatsing la gompieno gore re tle go nna baefangedi ba borre
go botlhoko go utlwa ngwana o mongwe a re ke reketswe se ke ntate wena o sena rrago ke sone se e leng gore se alla se go tšhentšhisa kgantela ngwana o tsaya gore o ikgatlha ka wena o simolola go mo shapa yaanong ke re ke le rotloetse borraetsho gore a re sa tsweng mo botshelong ba bana ba rona.
The event was characterized by loads of information, including issues of men's health. The attendees had an opportunity to test for various diseases such as sugar diabetes, prostate cancer, HIV/AIDS, and other non-communicable diseases. Different speakers shared their experiences on how to deal with issues of depression.
Ha o le motho wa rre o ralla dikgwetlho di sekana ka sepe mo botshelong. Dikgwetlho tse di helele di dira gore seriti sa gago se we. Ha seriti sa gago se ole o latlhegelwa ke tshepo tatlhegelwa ke tshepo e hele e dira gore gongwe ka moso re bo re motho o ikgapetse botshelo kana o gobaditse semammang o bolaile semammang.
We have to seek treatment, we have to go out and take counseling, we have to take a bit of rest and look at ourselves, because a real man not only needs to act strong, but also protect himself and protect his partners.
O ka re rona borre re na le go tshabelelwa ke go sa itetelele go tsaya ditlhakololo kana go itekodisa ba bangwe ke tsaya gore mo kopana bo tshwana le jwa gompieno e tana sengwe sa ditsela kana mekgwa ye ka yone re ka gakollanang.
Mr. Moraeng, who has been organizing these types of conferences in his constituency, says he intends to host a similar conference for women next year on the 8th of March. Lucky Tuteng, BTV News, Molepolle.
You are watching BTV News, and thank you for staying with us. Now, the Member of Parliament from Uchudi, Remabuse Pule, applauded Standard Chartered Bank for their continued generosity in act of corporate social responsibility, particularly in remote areas, highlighting that this helps reduce government's costs of reaching out to these areas. Repule said this at the handing over donation ceremony where Standard Chartered Bank was donating a mobile refrigerator, a computer, books, and toiletry to Oliphant's Drift residents. Wabetsu Mpulubusi.
Olifantsdrift is situated 80 kilometers from Muchudi village with a population of over 2,300 people who mostly make a living from fishing. Standard Chartered Bank saw it necessary to donate a mobile refrigerator to the village development committee to help in storing and preserving their catch before it is sold to the market.
Mobile freezer. More than Rabata for local VDC. Horror habitat in city Charazi, the Kono and the mobile freezer, the Kono marketing, but Bacono Hojasaba, and Lebacono Pizza.
Kizola VDC, Kabe to show at the Kabu, but I let more not to say, our visa capital. Mitchell, what I kept Parala, Matata, and Lord. But I didn't net fishing nets, which are very expensive, but already life jackets, but already huku, those who are beside huku, but already core. These are very expensive equipment to buy and maintain. Yang harus mengatur dari Chartered BOTSWANA, bata bagirayan. Rai dume, kalau mereka lagu mereka di net, lebih koro di life jacket.
Olifantsdrift has one primary school which is performing remarkably in the Katlan district. Therefore, the 2,900 books and 10 computers donated will help this school to improve their results.
Ke itumetse thata nna le barutabana ba mi ka mokgwa kana kana re hilweng ke batho ba Standard Chartered Bank ba re hile di-computer le 10 re ntse re sena di-computer mo sekolong sa rona di-computer tse di ya go re thusa maduo a rona a ntse a le gagare ka 2021 ne re dirile 69.7 last year 2022 ne re dirile 53%. Mme ano ha di le ha yana because re tebe re na le ha research hunting re bata dikitso tse di rileng.
The MP also assured residents that the government is working on providing Wi-Fi and internet connectivity that will help the youth with research amongst others. Wa Betsui Pulubu, si BTV News, Olifantsdrift.
Now, farmers have been encouraged to be steadfast and proactive to learn more on how to best intensify or diversify their enterprises to be worthwhile and more rewarding. This was said at Ho Kodisa near Mushupa village by one of the country's established farmers, Stephen BOTSWANA, at the Agro Products Processing Exhibition, which showcased how to enhance value of byproducts and venture into more profitable agricultural production. Emmanuel Rapoa.
A diversified agricultural enterprise where the farmer has full knowledge and skills has enormous return on investment, more so that some have quit their formal employment to focus primarily on their agrarian dreams. It is against this reality that farmers learn are resolute to train and share valuable expertise knowledge to all those who are keen to benefit and contribute significantly to Botswana's quest for a sustainable food security.
Ra bona go le matshwane di ha re ntse re tsamaya re kopana le balemi ba rui gore go ha ka re temothuo ya rona e me go le one hela ga re tsene mo go teng di value chain ka ke di value addition eno mo re tleng re ke yone re agro processing.
Be persistent. Knock that door. You go to that ministry's office, you asking for assistance, knock it and knock it. No emotions attached. Never. Business don't run on emotions. White or no. Be courageous as you can be. And along the way, you'll find your footsteps.
If you've got those three, quality, volume, and consistency, please don't think you can do it alone. You're making a mistake. So Farmers Clan, my message to you guys and your supporters is to say, embrace this opportunity. Government is behind it. The new subsidy systems are also behind this.
Great lessons learned here include how to use indigenous fruits and field produce to make a series of products that have a better shelf life.
There is so much that this country has been blessed with. Nahela, as an individual, how can I contribute to the diversification, the economy, ya Botswana? So now I'm a real advocate for Tsanaga, our wild indigenous fruits.
Agriculture. Tota nna ke tlotla go gaisa le one tema. Ha re ka e tsaya sentle. Agriculture is so broad.
Valuable knowledge attained here is expected to be a moral booster for local farmers to be bold, persevere and expedite entrepreneurial skills on their investments. Emmanuel Rapua, BTV News, Hokodisa.
Banaba Metsi School, which remotes Tron boys with antisocial behavior such as bullying, harassment, theft, amongst others, stated they wish to reach out to more learners to turn them into responsible citizens. The school, which is located 10 kilometers from Karange village, rehabilitates learners, in the process also developing their educational as well as vocational skills. Shakawe-based BTV News reporter Tiny Tsukudu visited the school.
Nestled some 10 kilometers from Garangi village lies the Banaba Metsi School, a facility admitting males who have dropped out of school for various reasons. The school provides a lifeline for learners who had abandoned their studies but are given an opportunity to re-enter the formal education system and become productive members of the community. The school's remote location also limits temptations.
So that we develop more individualized intervention plans, the IIPs. So we attend the one-on-one sessions, group sessions, responsibility safeguard the rights of animal school. It takes a village to raise a child. So other stakeholders.
The learners are also equipped with vocational skills and necessity in navigating the job market today.
Through agriculture, la carpentry in general, la poultry, la brick molding. Through carpentry in general, idura ke bana ba dirang start 7. Ya poultry, ya brick molding, la horticulture, idura ke master 5 and 6. Those the life skills.
If we go for PSLE results 2021, our ABC percentage rate was at 20%. In 2022, it was at 45%, being an increase of 25%.
Like any other institution, this school faces challenges which restrict the management from fulfilling their mandate.
Yanor patele sa horne ritir la bunyanya ka different reason le mamero go rekisa ruya bo go rekisa rena le mantu mangware ke ra lone itelo go bo mare go re tsentse batho ba renta ba re latella thebenyana ngwana o kana go tiswa mo sekolong sa rena le 11-12 years a sa ke la dirisa ditate di bokete ka mo tokwane bo cocaine ngwana e be ra tsena ba supa diketso nitso tsa gore ya no go thoka dilo tsele gore a di go ge mediseo.
Banaba Metsi work jointly with the government, social and welfare departments to ensure these youngsters discover their worth and know to reach for the stars. Tiny Tsukudu, BTV News, Skanduku.
And that's how we end our bulletin at this hour. Thank you for watching. Tato Kosumore is standing by to give you sports news.
Thank you, Kailo Sabone. It is that time of the afternoon where we look at In Context Sports Update. Thank you for joining us and good afternoon. As part of their mandate to develop tennis from the grassroots, Botswana Tennis Association hosted a junior tennis festival in Maun this weekend. The program is one of the many programs run by the International Tennis Federation to assist the member associations like BTA to develop the sport. Anthony Toborang.
Tennis is one of the most underrated sporting codes around Botswana due to a lack of resources like tennis equipment and courts, and Maung is not an exception. In an attempt to develop and grow the sport from grassroots level, the Botswana Tennis Association hosted a junior tennis festival in Maung, which focused on teaching kids between the ages of 8 and 16 the fundamental basics of tennis from different areas around Maung.
So we are hosting this event here as part of the JTI. The JTI is a very important tennis initiative which helps us to reach different parts of the country. We are able to impact a number of kids to introduce the game of tennis. Today in Maung we had a large group of kids turning up, which is very impressive. And we think that we are really achieving our objectives in terms of tennis development.
Maung-based coaching staff emphasized that tennis in Maung has the potential to grow and produce superstars due to the talent they have seen so far, and urged parents to be more involved in encouraging their children to join the sport, as it is essential in grooming a child's mentality.
Tota, today's program was to introduce fundamental basic techniques to Banaba Maung, the juniors of Maung. Tota, the children showed up, and there was a great number of children that showed up, and Tota Tota tennis is not a really hard, it's not a hard sport, so we are expecting them to return, and we hope to take them to international levels as well.
Over 50 for today for this program. Program na full time. Sir tshwanetse go ntsha bana mo mekgwatheng re batisa mo di sports because sports ke sone se le gore se builda ngwana se ntsha ngwana mo dilo tse di sa nna sente ibile se go le jang bana ba te ba se ba le banyenyane.
The Botswana Tennis Association, in collaboration with International Tennis Federation and the Botswana National Sports Commission, will also be hosting this festival in other places like Sorowe, Palape and Francistown to develop tennis from grassroots. Anthony Toborang, BTV Sports, Maung.
Athletes have been urged to pursue their dreams and work hard to achieve their goals, as that will have a positive impact on their livelihoods. This was said by Tau Grading General Manager John Mutsumi during the Boba National Championships held in Gaborone on Saturday. Khomsa Sefako with the details.
Botswana Boxing Association has gone over a decade without a sponsor for all their tournaments, which has been a major concern for them. Their prayers, however, have been answered as Town Grading Company came on board to sponsor their national championship to a tune of 100,000 pula.
Grading is much interested mo hetoleng botshelo jwa Motswana. E seng botshelo jwa Motswana hela le go bona Motswana a palama a ya go gongwe. It is very, very important today to encourage all the boxers here. You should aim higher, or you should make sure that you have good dreams about this boxing. Let's say di tlhogo tsa lona kgotsa matlho a lona le ipone le ko mankaleng e le ka lebaka la go ribolla talente ya rona mo latsheng ja Botswana ja ka re itse gore tautono wa rona o batla
Mutsumi further pleaded with the private sector to have a helping hand.
To the other business sectors or companies or individuals, I therefore encourage you gore re ipone re rotloetsa ditiragalo tsa go tshwana le mme ke ne ke kopa bagwebi jalo gore a re ipone re tsenya letsogo mo go tlhabololeng le go ribulola talente ya Motswana.
Boba expressed their appreciation towards this gesture.
Sponsorship se le gore salary tswa kgakala re se bat ha ke ga kologala sente sponsorship sa rona sa bohelone le sa 08 le sa mo ka mage go tswa ka 08 re ntse re la sello sa garage me ra kopana le Joshua yo ile nga re thusa mo sebakeng seno gore a re sponsor motshameko la itse re metshameko ye ke metshameko ile gore re ipaakanyetsa metshameko ya di Olympic ya di zone so ke yone na kwa gore re leke go net go ipaakanya.
EMG are the overall winners of this year's national championships after collecting 16 points, followed by Diamond Boxing Club and DTCB on second and third spot respectively. This year alone, the Boxing Association managed to host 7 inter-club tournaments, 2 preliminary rounds and the national finals. Khomzo Sefako, PTV Sport, Gaborone.
Kobamelo Malatlegi of DTCB is the 2023 Boba Elite National 48 kg champion after defeating Khosi Musimakoko of Diamond Boxing Club in a parcel team bout. Malatlegi, he was crowned champion for the third time, won the match 5-0 on points after 3 rounds. Khomzo Sefako continues.
Malatlegi stole the limelight from the top attraction in the local boxing scene, and the likes of Kiamokhetsu Kinusi and Raja Mohammed started the jaw on an upper game with his left and right combination and power punches proving too much for Musimakoko to handle. The latter appeared a bit sluggish and out of steam in the final round, which gifted Malatlegi his third national title.
No, well, it's tough. I was trying to it's not the first time I get some Kalene. Last time it was easy. Next was tough today, but not this close.
Meanwhile, Botswana's top female boxer, Kiamokhetsu Kinusi, had it all under control in the ladies' 63 kg fight as she dominated from the start to finish, displaying great skill and experience against Kutlwano Sikutlo of SSKB, keeping her on the ropes from time to time to win the match with a unanimous decision.
The fight was easy because I would say Botswana, I don't have much competition, but that doesn't mean Nkanyanya has the opponent Botswana. But due to my experience, the fight was easy, so I got support and I was prepared for it.
Kialeboga Mokoko won the ladies' 52 kg bout in another exciting fight, which kept spectators on their feet as she registered 5 points to 0 against Hizamonzi. Muluki Tipe of Diamond Boxing Club showed a masterclass in another animated 60 kg bout against Nofo Gitlanang of EMG as they traded punches on the first 2 rounds. Tipe picked up the pace in the closing round, throwing a flurry of aggressive power punches to win the match 3-1.
It was a tough fight. I don't want to lie about that. I knew Jorene is going to come forward because it's not my first time competing with him, and I was happy to compete with him today. I would like to thank my coaches.
Other boxers who walked away with gold are Moluki Sukwaipe, who edged out Kahora Khwatile 4-1 in the 57 kg featherweight. Musitsuru won the 71 kg middleweight title against Shatizo Makani after a free-stop contest. Raja Mohammed won the 51 kg flyweight against Maxwell Seshe with unanimous decision. Finally, Atangela Pilo also prevailed over Bobi Ditlhase in the 75 kg bout. The 2023 Boba Elite National Championship finals had boxers competing in 17 bouts. Khomzo Sefako, PTV Sport, Gaborone.
In conclusion, Selebe Pikwe-based Premier League outfit Nico United are determined to put up a fight to redeem themselves from the bottom of the log and ensure they avoid relegation from the 2023-24 season. With the support of the team management and patron Miss Beauty Manake, Baby Jombies organized the team building and retreat session in Home Remy on Saturday. Karabo Mulusi with more details on the story.
The day's activities commenced with a 2 hours walk and hiking to appreciate nature and experience the therapeutic powers of Homoremi Gorge. The exercise tested the physical endurance of the players, their ability to overcome fear, to refresh their minds and restore a positive attitude towards teamwork. An interactive motivational talk with an expert on mental health and performance improvement strategies set the tone for what's next.
The results were not coming, so we wanted to know what we can do as a whole. As players, you know that we need money. So without sponsors, without performing well, they cannot come and help us. So financially, we need financial muscles from our side, from the sponsors.
So ke tsela gore go tswa ga go ya go pele re ipankantse re le management ra go bereka tsa rona tsa management re dumela gore molemo o na le o bonye kana o tule tiro ya gago mo teaming. So molemo a go dira tiro ya gago gore team ya nong ha ile gore batho ba re ne isule e tsoge
le diplara tsa me boitumelo ja bona bo go godimo tare game ya latala ba ta dira botoka go yetala le di games di hitile ke tsa gore bokopana jo a ba tshwana na ga one tshwantse re nna re botsweledisa la re jewa la re wina tshwantse re bonne bo le teng.
With Majombolo seated at the bottom of the log with 3 points after 6 games, a mental health session of this nature was without doubt necessary.
E thusa mo go ageng serodumo sa metshameko, e thusa ka go letlanya le go kopanya megopolo e farologanyang gore batho botlhe go bofelong jwa letsatsi ba fenye mme bogolo thata e seng hela bone bao e leng le lone le hatsela rona le go batlela batho ba rona mmereko mo mahatsing a mangwe jaaka ga ba tlabe ba diragatsa botswerere jo e leng gore botswa mo goreng megopolo le dikakanyo tsa bone di tlhatswitswe ke tomagano e tshwanang le bokopano jwa go sedila maikutlo.
Expectation after this team building session is to see an improved performance on the pitch as the team prepares to face log leaders BDF 11 next weekend. Karabo Mulusi, BTV Sport, Homoremi.
That's all from In Context Sports Update. Thank you for watching. In Context to continue on the other side. Stay tuned.
Gusi Ideas Festival is here and it is massive. Botswana and Gusi are leading the way to reshape Africa's ambitious dream towards sustainable development. The time is now for the continent to own its vision and aspiration. It's a new Africa beaming up with fresh ideas. Botswana is offering a platform to drive the continental agenda through Pan-African collaborations, knowledge sharing, and the use of media platforms. The Gusi Ideas Festival, an agenda that serves as an ideas transaction market for the challenges facing Africa.
They don't have money.
Hatsela ga rona e kete le go gela morago kganye ya go ithaopa go le mo go itsamang teng ke kwano hela mosorotshane ha ke se kutlwa VDC re wetsa bere kana ba dira ke parliamenta mo tse bi thata tse di kana ro geletse madi ko kereke tsa rona go ithaopa go etse tlase ko dikweleng tsa rona go ithaopa go etse ko tlase ko di patela ko di kliniking tsa rona go ithaopa go etse ko tlase ko maelong a banana morole o re o tshitseng o seng kana ka sepeo go ithaopa go etse ko tlase re tla go diswa ema kana re lekane ha chaba e science setlhabelo e boela morago la e bile le ka go tsetsa madi a le kana kang ha go re reng a tlhokagala ba tsana mo pupung ka madi a gago.